We want to follow up and get the latest on everything happening in Venezuela right now, as we know that there is still an ongoing around the clock search and rescue efforts for any survivors following that deadly earthquakes that happened there on June 24th. We know at least 2,000 people have died. Nearly 3,000 people at this point have died. Another 12,000 are injured. And we know teams from all across the globe have been sent to provide aid there, including right from our own backyard here in Virginia Beach. We know Operation Blessings, which is based out of Virginia Beach, sent a team to Venezuela after they got hit with those back-to-back earthquakes, right now on the grounds providing aid. So we have this morning with us Drew Friedrichs, who is with Operation Blessings. Drew, first off, thanks so much for taking some of the time to speak with us. I know it's just an unfortunate, heartbreaking incident that's happened. Talk about the efforts and that you guys have taken to kind of provide aid in that country.
Sure, Matthew, thanks so much for having me. I'm right here in Caracas. We've had a team on the ground for over a week now. One of the real strengths of Operation Blessing is we have a global footprint. So even though it's a little bit slower for myself from America to get in, we have a team from across Latin America who was able to get visas very quickly, maybe didn't even need a visa to get in. And so we've been on the ground now for about a week, providing hot meals, providing clean water, medical aid as well, supporting search and rescue teams and survivors of the earthquakes. And so I had a chance to go down to ground zero last night. It's a devastating scenario. You can't really imagine what we saw when we got there. It looks like these apartment buildings were made out of cardboard and just collapsed on each other. There's concrete, at jagged angles, buildings leaning over, windows have been blown out. As you mentioned, thousands have been killed, tens of thousands still missing, and it's a very, very desperate situation here.
I can only imagine, and we've seen the video. The video's been playing on our screen right now of people helping out. What has been the sense of maybe some of the volunteers with your group and maybe some of the survivors that you have come into contact with when you're kind of maybe serving the meals to them or handing
Sure.
out water?
Yeah, the volunteers are incredible. We've had between 50 and 100 volunteers a day here, young people, older folks as well, Venezuelans who just love their country and love their people and want to serve and give back. And so it's amazing to see that happening. We've actually, believe it or not, had some people who lost homes in the earthquakes who are here volunteering with us. And so I can't even imagine, that idea of having lost everything and just wanting to turn around and pour out and give back anyways. And so that's the heart of these people. And it's been incredible and inspiring to see that as we've been on the ground handing out meals. There's a sense of gratitude, certainly, but also a heaviness that just kind of sits with everyone. When you've lost loved ones or you're not even certain if your loved one is still alive, there's a weight to that. And so many people are camping out in tents along the street. They're staying up all night or sleeping in their cars, 5, 6, 7 days, waiting for some news of a loved one. And so it is a very interesting scenario to walk in there and be handing out someone a hot meal that they're grateful for, but also know what they're sitting with and how heavy their hearts are.
Yeah, it's just devastating to hear, and I'm so glad that you guys are at least there to be able to lend a helping hand. Talk about the next steps. Are you guys there for a long period of time, or temporary, or what's
Sure.
what's what's the next few days, let alone weeks, look like for you all?
Yeah, so I serve as the president of Operation Blessing. I'm here just for a handful of days to come here and support the team and also capture some media because it's so important that we support the people of Venezuela right now. So I'm heading back home to Virginia Beach here in a day or two. I'm going to share with our donors and with the general public about what's happening here because we need to mobilize support and resources to our staff here. We're going to be here for several months. It's always a long recovery process. We're kind of in that immediate emergency phase right now where it's water, hunger, medical are the three things we're really focused on at the moment. But as that transitions and the search and rescue teams leave, it does move into that long-term recovery process where volunteers are still needed. If you can see the rubble, and again, you've seen some of the footage on your screen there, it's going to be a multi-month, maybe a multi-year process to clear that debris, to even begin thinking about rebuilding. And so people of Venezuela have a long road ahead of them, and Operation Blessing wants to walk with them as long as we possibly can.
I love to hear that. At least you guys are, there on the grounds helping as much as you can. And we might have some viewers watching right now who obviously can't physically get there but want to help. Is there any way folks back here at home can help?
Absolutely, Matthew. There's two things we always ask for. The first is prayer. Pray for the people of Venezuela. They've been through so much. They were already going through a lot before the earthquakes hit. Pray for our staff for safety, certainly. And then also people can give financially. Again, it takes a lot of time and effort and money and resources to do what we do here and to be on the ground serving. They can go to ob.org/Venezuela26. Again, that's ob.org/Venezuela26 and make a gift. And again, I'm here telling you firsthand, every dollar you give is going to go to these people who desperately need help and hope right now.
That's great information right there. I love that we can still help out even from back here at home. And I know right now it looks like in the background there's some volunteers preparing stuff. Kind of talk about where you're at right now and I guess how the next
Yeah.
several hours will be after we get off here, what you end up doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been able to procure a kitchen right here in Caracas, about 25, 30 minutes from ground zero. We had to kind of get far enough out of the impact zone to be safe. But we've had a full industrial kitchen here. We have 2 chefs on staff with us who are here with us, in addition to a water expert and a medical expert. But we're running about 50 to 100 volunteers a day out of this facility. From this kitchen, we're going to serve between 2,500 and 5,000 hot meals a day. And we're also facilitating 2 other kitchens within 20 minutes of here as well. So we're going to be between 5 and 10,000 hot meals a day. I think yesterday we got meals out to about 40 different locations where people have been impacted. Again, so many people have been displaced from their homes that were lost, condominiums and apartment buildings completely flattened, and they have nowhere to go. They're living in tents, living in local parks. And so we're showing up with a warm meal. So you'll see right now we've got people, prepping vegetables and cooking chicken in the kitchen behind me. But here in about the next 10, 15 minutes, we'll have dozens of volunteers pouring in here. We get 2 assembly lines going where we just pack disposables, we pack boxes, and then they head out into the community with these boxes of food ready to feed people lunch. And another wave comes through for dinner as well. And so we were out at ground zero until 11:30 last night. We were serving search and rescue workers. We have solar lanterns that we use that can charge in the sun all day and then light things up at night. And so, it was a pretty wild sight to look up at a building with dozens of search and rescue workers and a large solar lantern on their arm lighting the way as they were searching for people who might still be alive. So again, food, certainly support for search and rescue workers, and then water and medical as needed.
So yeah, it really seems like it is a true 24/7 around the clock operation as you continue to help and feed and lift the spirits of everyone impacted.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're grateful to be here. We really feel like in situations like this, we're called to go and to help bring help and hope to those who are hurting. And as Virginians, Matthew, we're always one hurricane away from disaster ourselves. And so I think we can certainly recognize as Virginians that people would show up. We would want people to show up if something happened to us there in the Hampton Roads area. We want to show up for them here in Venezuela as well.
You're exactly right. And I'm just so glad that you guys are there on the ground, able to help. Drew Friedrichs with Operation Blessings based out of Virginia Beach. Drew, we appreciate you taking some time to speak with us here this morning. Definitely be safe down there, especially as you travel back here to Virginia Beach. And we are just so glad that you all are able to help those impacted. And of course, those you guys at home wanting to help, if you can head to Operation Blessings website where you can get some more information. As Drew mentioned, there are ways you can donate to everyone impacted there. So you can head to their website.